So you guys eventually are going to have your stuff scanned in, images scanned in, and you're going to want to do a little bit of cleanup work in Photoshop. So that way you can take it from this, which this is just a picture from my phone that I uploaded to Google Drive and then dumped in here of a sketch I did a long time ago. There's like stains and stuff on this. It wasn't taken in good lighting. It was such a sketch. So I want to take this and turn it into something that's slightly more legible. Yeah. It's still not completely legible. There's stuff I can't fix unless I come in here and paint, but that kind of ruins the sketch quality of the image, so I left it. What you're going to want to do to achieve that is, well, the first step really for me is to add a mask, and I want to cut out all the stuff I don't want. So the stuff I want to keep is, all in here. So I need to paint in this mask all the stuff I don't want to keep, which is going to be all of this. So I'm just going to paint all of this away. It's like erasing, but with the mask, it's non-destructive. So if I make a mistake and go, oops, I wanted to keep that information, I can switch my foreground, background color, come back, paint that, come back. I need that information. Paint that back in, and then switch again and continue my destructive path. And so you're going to want to, first off, whoa, that's crazy. Get in here and just paint away all the unnecessary, basically all the white background paper stuff, as much of it as you can. And when you're done with that, it's going to look like this guy. I'm going to create a copy of that. I'll hide this guy and this guy. So it looks like this guy. The difference between these two is I've also, like the next step, I've already applied it, is to add in your adjustment layers down here, black and white. So you click black and white, and that'll take out any extra color that's being added in from the lighting in the room, that yellowish parchment colored tint. You want to get rid of that. So we add the black and white, and what I ended up doing earlier was I right-clicked on that black and white layer and merged that down so it's part of my photo now. And that gives you this kind of thing. My next step is to add a new layer underneath it and fill that with white. Like that. And then I want to start adding some adjustment layers. So I'm going to add a levels layer on top of my cutout. And within the levels layer, I can begin to wash out some of that gray paper stuff here. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll get a little better. So I'm going to move that right-hand side arrow over, and then I can bring in a little bit darker contrast by bringing in this left arrow. So I can play with this a little bit until I start getting it decent. And so this just requires some futzing until you get it to a point where you like it. And you might notice that, like, I can get most of my image there, but a couple of the spots are just not cooperating. Like, they need a little extra help. So that's where I would come in with a quick select mask, which is this guy right here. Right underneath your foreground background color, there's a little button there's a box with a circle in it. That's quick select, or quick mask, I mean. You click that. The hotkey is Q, by the way. So you can click that, grab your brush tool, and select those areas that aren't, just paint over those areas that aren't quite cooperating. So right there, maybe like half my text really needs a little extra adjustment. Then you turn off your selection, which will cut those areas out, but you need to invert that selection. So that way it's just selecting those areas. So we come up to selection, or we come up to select menu and then click inverse, Shift Control I. So that way just those areas are selected, and we can add a levels or brightness contrast. We can add a levels adjustment layer, and it's just affecting those little areas. So I can give them a little extra darkness, a little extra help. You see, make those pop just a little bit more. And so I can come in here and select my, double click on that and work with that a little bit more. Maybe I need a little bit more. It's okay if there's some mess in here, but you want to try to eliminate as much of that as possible. So I would come in and paint away some more of that mess with my mask inside of my mask. So I'm painting inside here.
You just getting your images in.
Oops. Gave off too much. There we go. All right. And that's basically how to clean up a sketch fairly quickly. So you get as close as you can. These individual lines here, you'll see that when I did my mask, I just got close to the line and shaved away the paper texture above and below it. So it's just the line.